Hello everybody and welcome to Blind Adventures. So I decided to update my channel and I decided to also as well change it from Adventures with Hermes to Blind Adventures. I think that's something that's more suitable. So I'm going to tell you guys about my day today. Do a live vlog update. I don't think I've done these ever. And so here's what I did today. So today I have been feeling well the last couple of days. And I decided to step out of my comfort zone again. And well, this morning at like 3:30 in the morning, I decided I was going on TikTok, like usual. And you guys know, a lot of you guys know that my sleeping schedule is off, and sometimes it's really difficult for me to sleep. And I decided to apply to an Amazon warehouse job. So I'll tell you guys my adventure today. I accidentally had, I filled in the application and filled in all of the sections, and we could talk about some of the accessibility barriers that Amazon has, and I'll tell you guys all about that in a little more while. And anyways, so today it was 3:30 in the morning. I had a couple of snacks. I've been trying to eat more veggies, and I joined the gym as well, and so that's been pretty good as well. I've been joining the gym, and I've also have been taking some swimming aerobics classes, which have been actually pretty fun. I really have enjoyed them too. And well, this morning, I started my application like at 3:30 in the morning, as I was saying. And it was really interesting, you guys, because when I was doing the application, I was going through all of the accessibility barriers, and there was like some of these links that like said, "Oh, go find for your accommodations," and like you would go to the website, and there was like barriers in regards to like it would repeat links multiple times, or it would get stuck in an element, and it was just super annoying. I got through it. I got through most of it. I got through at least 90% of it. There was the I-9 form that was the most accessible, and I submitted the application at 3:30 in the morning. And then so I woke up early. So I went to bed. I woke up early. I woke up a couple hours later, around like 8ish, and I got ready to go. And I had to take an Uber that was like 25-minute Uber ride to Troutdale, because you guys know I live in Portland. And that was super, super expensive. And I'm like, man, I just hope I can get hired. As I got there, it was really interesting because it was like the campus of Amazon campus is humongous, and there's a lot of places around. And so me and the driver, I had to use, my skills, my advocacy skills, to go try to find the building for the drug test, because I need to do the drug test and fill out some more paperwork. And this role is a seasonal role, so it'd be Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from 3 p.m. to midnight these days here in Delta Park, which is not really far from my house, so I'm pretty excited about it. At the same time, a little bit nervous. Going back from, I had a conversation with a good coworker of mine, and we just chatted before I went to apply for this job. And, you guys, I love my current job, but I also want to have more opportunities and try something new. I never worked in a different place where, a lot of physical work is involved, and so that's new for me, but that can definitely be added to my experience. So that's why I chose the seasonal role. So when I got there, they had people in lines, and well, I didn't know that people were in lines. And one of the ladies came up to me. Her name was Sarah, I think, and she asked if I wanted some assistance getting to the line. And so I side-guided her towards the lines, and I waited there for about, I would say like 10-15 minutes. And after the first 10-15 minutes, I talked to this gentleman whose name was Jordan, and we filled out. I asked him about, hey, I'm here, because I had called ahead of time to the accommodation specialist, and they were like, well, we have no idea. You need to create a case manager, and they will help you afterwards, which was a complete lie. Good job, Amazon. I mean, it was, a lot of confusion going on, and so I had to completely come up with so many other things to get around those barriers. And so I decided to basically, ask for help. And so I asked him for help, and Jordan was super nice. The gentleman was super nice, and so he made a ticket for me at the end of. So I'll probably say this in order, so instead of going back and forth. So anyways, so when I met Jordan, I waited for a couple people. There was a couple people in front of me. There was this couple who was also Latinos, and so I introduced myself to them and just kind of was being cordial. And I'm like, hey, it's very nice to meet you. And they're like, oh, you know Spanish? And I'm like, oh yeah, I do know Spanish. And so we kind of just had a little bit of conversation while they had to wait. And I want you guys to please know to subscribe to my very first my second blindness related podcast. Si eres un hispanohablante y te gustaría ser parte de Sonidos Sin Barreras, Sounds Without Barriers in Spanish, it's going to be a podcast all about blindness and life in general in my perspective as a Hispanic blind person. Because I noticed when I was doing some of the podcasting for Blindness 101 that I have an audience in Spain. And so I wanted to share that out with you guys. The first episode is up if you guys want to go see it. So, back to regular programming. So the room was laid out, so they had like these tablet things where people could log in, like these workstations, and so he asked for my number, my email, things like that. And so we logged into the system, and I'm like, hey, can I get some help, filling out the I-9 form? It's not really accessible. I try to fill out as much as I can. And he was really sweet. Jordan was super nice and very sweet. And so he helped me complete the forms, and he was like, hey, thanks for being accommodated. And I'm like, yeah, of course, whatever makes it easier for you guys. And so there was just a lot of confusion, regarding to all the issues that were going on. So anyways, I filled out the paperwork. The next steps that we did, I went over across the room with Jordan to his workstation where I took the picture. I took a picture of myself. Well, he took a picture of me. Because you guys know my picture's not the best of the qualities, but and then I took a picture, and then I filled out some more forms regarding to just general information about the position, the hours, and things of that nature. Afterwards, I submitted, my documentation, my documentation that I needed to submit, and so I sent that in to him, and he took pictures, and then afterwards I did my oral drug test, which was actually my very first one that I had ever done in my life. I never thought I would have to do that. I mean, I'm surprised because, we did a lot of paperwork also for the background check. And so a lot of it I had filled out online, and I want to say that was pretty accessible for the most part. But I mean, the only feedback that I would have for them is a lot of there was like certain sections, like if you missed a question or something and it's like, oh, fill in the question that's in red, and like, well, I'm blind, I can't see the screen to know what question's in red. So I had to go through some of the questions like at least 3 or 4 times just to figure out where they actually were, and that was really annoying, and because that took forever. And then you had a time limit, you had 3 hours to complete it, a lot of this paperwork, and that takes time for people, considering you guys know that I'm not the best with technology at times, and I'm trying to learn how to do a lot of other things, and dabble myself in this is kind of an interesting way. But anyways, I got through. I want to tell you guys I ended up being broke because now I'm broke for the rest of the week. But I still have to go to work at PCC, so I'm gonna have to figure some stuff out. I came home, I had a snack, and then I jumped on Zoom because I had training at PCC for a couple hours till 3 p.m. And then at 3, my schedule, I knocked myself out. And I was super tired. I was just really tired, And what are my experiences now doing all of that information and completing all of those forms? I really honestly thought like it was a lot. It was definitely a lot. It took a long time. I thought like the forms were just going to take, maybe like 30 minutes and I would be, in and out, but it took almost about an hour to complete all of those forms. So if anyone who's applying to Amazon, it probably wouldn't take people who are sighted as long, but at least for me that I had to ask for assistance, it did. It did take me a little bit longer, and that's okay. That's totally fine. Regarding accommodations, I made a ticket for to set up a time to talk to an accommodation specialist, and so I'm really excited to see what accommodations they can come up with for me and what things I can do on the floor. And my first day is actually going to be on September 20th, and that means I'm going to have to work on my birthday, you guys. But maybe I can, if since we're going to get paid weekly, my goal is that like I can give myself a birthday present, a nice vacation for 3 days off that I have. And then if you guys may be wondering about school and how that's going, well, I really been struggling, you guys. I lost a really good friend 2 weeks ago. And that's been one of the hardest things because I miss them a lot. They were a really close friend to me. We just understood each other a lot. I met them during COVID when we were still in lockdown. And he was a coworker, but he was more than a friend, and he was just, like an older brother to me. And a lot of the stuff that I do now and that I will do is for him. Because he would want me to fight and not give up. And I appreciate and love Dugan and his family, and I send them all my condolences. And then I wanted to share with you guys a little bit about a couple other things that I've done in the last couple of weeks. Completing this job application with Amazon was one. And then afterwards, I decided to complete an application for the American Printing House for the Blind. Shout out to Maurice. He saw my resume and he was like, "Hey Miguel, there's an amazing social accessibility tester position at the American Printing House for the Blind." And I also applied for that too. I worked on parts of my resume and cover letter, and I submitted that today as well. And that was that took a couple of hours after I woke up, and like around 5. I think I woke up around 5ish, and I woke up and decided to do a little bit more work. And so from like 3 to 5, I took a nap. I was really tired. And I finished the application probably like 7, 8-ish tonight, and then just took a shower. I feel much more relaxed right now and a lot better. I just had some veggies. I've been trying to eat more healthy, guys, because I need to get rid of this tummy. And some good news for the people who saw my last video that I posted. I did my very first triathlon as a blind individual, and that was my very first one. And it was a goal that I had this summer. And I'm really proud of myself for completing it. You guys, it was so hard on my body. I was not ready for it. I really was not. And I tried the best that I could. I know when I joined the gym a couple of weeks ago, I started off pretty strong, and 3 weeks ago I was overworked out, and my body was just hurting way too much. I had to put like a lot of I couldn't even move my arms because I was such in pain, but I persevered. During this race, it was 12 miles of biking, 3.5 miles of running / walking for me, because I just couldn't jog the whole way. I'm just not in shape, and I was not at the time, even though I had practiced for like a little bit part of the week before with my guide for the very first time. So the gentleman you guys see on the he is someone who does a lot of races with Y Racing, and so he works with them, and he runs triathlons and other types of races. And I promised him that me and him would run it next year. I want to give a shout out to Adriana and Yvonne for being there, for cheering me on, even though when I fell across the finish, I fell 100 meters from the finish line and I literally lost all energy. And Rob, who was running with me, he helped me get up, and we jogged across the finish line as I was like completely in pain in my elbow. Right here, I had like heat. You can't see it anymore. Warrior wounds, eh? Warrior wounds. Right here on my arm, like I had this huge gash. But it was worth it. I made it across the finish line, and that was an amazing moment behind me. You can see this enormous mess, but behind me is the medal that I received for completing my very first triathlon, and that was such an amazing accomplishment. Thinking about it now, the hardest part for me was the running, even though ironically I used to be a track and field runner. I used to run long distance, and that was my forte years ago when I was 136 pounds of just muscle and just literally no fat on me. Not as fat. I know I need to work on that. I've had a lot of battles with my body, and I've had to learn to take care of it and love myself, and it things that I've learned from that experience was like to always love myself, to always love who I am as a person. A couple of days later, I found out that I lost Duggan. So this happened, Dugan. This happened on the triathlon was on August 12th, and he passed away on the 14th, and that was really hard. That was really difficult for me, because he meant a lot to me. He was someone that understood my struggles, and even though me and him didn't talk like every single day, or we both went through struggles, and when we would catch up, it was like we just picked up where right after where we left off. And I miss him a lot. I miss him a ton, honestly, I do. He is and will always be an amazing friend, a brother that, there were things that I never even had to tell him. He just felt what I felt. And when he passed away from cancer, and it just was really hard because I lost a relative of mine to cancer as a teenager, which was really hard at the time. And so when I found out, I was just really devastated. And even though it's been 2 weeks, it's been really hard. I went to his memorial service and I sat there, and it hit me because I've lost Dina. If you're on the channel, Dina knows a couple people that I've lost in the last couple of years. I've lost a really good friend in high school who we used to run track and field, and I know he would have been so proud of me for completing a triathlon. Same as Cesario. Cesario was such an amazing human being, such an amazing kiddo. He was just awesome all around. So respectful, so kind, always willing to listen, always willing to be there. And he passed away pre-COVID. And then I lost my very first Braille teacher. Her name was Mrs. Nelson. And Mrs. Nelson, you're amazing. You're awesome. And we had some really good fun memories together as well. So when I went to his Dugan's funeral, it was really hard for me, because I'm just gonna be real with you guys and open, because that's all you guys will ever receive from me is real. It's a reality for me. It was really hard. I never got to say goodbye to my other 2 people that I lost. I never got to kind of close that chapter, and being there at that funeral and finding words to tell his family that I was, how I felt was just really hard. It was a really hard moment. But I'm so grateful for all of them, for all three. I'm grateful for everyone, every single one of them, and for every single person that like that's been around me who's passed and that has trusted me with so much. And I will love and care for them forever, because that's just the beautiful thing of our lives, you guys. Like, it doesn't matter what, we don't have tomorrow promise. We don't have, let's say, we don't always have those moments. And so, for my family that's watching, I love you guys. I care. One of the things that has been helping me out the last couple of weeks has been writing in my diary. I do a lot of writing, and that's been helping a lot. That's helped with a lot of, inside struggles and childhood struggles and thoughts that I had been through in my childhood life that no one ever knew about, or no one knew that there was events that had really not helped me, that had been really harsh on me. So I've learned to write about those and to let those go. The last few weeks have been, after losing Tugan, have been hard on me, literally, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And I really miss him. And I love you, dude. I love you, Dugan. And I always will love you, my friend. And to his family, I send my condolences, and I share all my love and care and respect. And Dugan and I shared so many things together. We just had so much in common, even though he was like 25 years older than me. We shared a lot of similar characteristics, as in personalities. Me and him are very similar. We both like to make the best of like really, really hard situations. And we're both very caring, loving people. I love people. I love people, regardless of who they are and what they've been through. I love everybody. This world needs more love and kindness, and one of the things, you guys, that I would love to share, growing up, a lot of people mistake my sweetness, my kindness, for weakness, but that is not a weakness. Being sweet and being kind and being loving is one of the best things you could ever give to a person. It's one of the best things you could ever do for somebody, because you don't know what that means for them. You don't know if that's the only thing that they're getting. You don't know their circumstances. So even sharing that little bit of being sweet, being kind, and being gentle to somebody, I'm not saying you have to compliment every single person. That's not what I'm saying. But it's really an opportunity for us to grow. I've learned a lot from this. I've learned a lot from these experiences, but I'm still going through the process of it all and grieving, and that's really hard too. I wanted to share as well that I received a scholarship with Insight. So thank you, Insight, for believing in me, for believing in my abilities, for allowing me to be one of the 30 recipients for the 2023-2024 school year. You guys, I've just been honestly pretty lost too, because I've been trying to apply for other universities. I don't know where I want to finish my BA degree, and I've just been really struggling as well, where to go. I just hope that this job with Amazon, I just have my fingers crossed, because I literally spent all that I had from Uber drives there and back, and but I'm giving the best that I can. I'm giving it the best that I can, the best that I always will, because I always have and I always will give the best that I can. My advice for young people, what advice would I give the youngins? For my blind youngins, don't give up. Fight for what you want. Fight for what you need. Don't let other people bring you down. I wanted to let you guys know, for all of my sighted friends, there's a lot of skills that I still struggle with. Skills computer skills. And so one of them is like trying to like put all these videos into accessible formats. I'm still learning. I'm still learning, how to do captions and how to do audio descriptions. I'm just sitting here with pair of shorts and t-shirt. Or these are sweats. In front of my computer on my phone, and it's been an experience, you guys. It's honestly been a hard one. This summer has been pretty hard on me, and I took classes this summer, and I've really been struggling the whole time. It's just my brain is just not even focused anymore. It's just so hard, and there's times where I just want to take a break. I just want to take a break for at least a term and come back and just finish strong. I'm proud of myself for everything that I accomplished. I've been struggling also with the Commission for the Blind. A lot of them, they don't want to pay for any of my college tuition because they think that a degree in business is not feasible and it should not be done, and they just think it's a feasible degree, even though when you can use a business degree for a lot of other things and sales type of jobs. And so basically they are trying the best they can to not allocate those funds. But that's not going to stop me. I'm still going to keep going to school. I'm still going to keep finishing my degree. And if I get into Amazon, then I can get tuition reimbursement, which is great for school. And I can finish my college education, which is pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited about that. Eh? I'm really excited. My goal is to create one of the best places ever, you guys. What do I want to do if I get that job? Well, you guys, I want to go on a couple vacations this year. I want to do some traveling. I was going to get you guys' opinion and your guys' suggestions on what places you guys want me to go and have my experience. I know there's other blind YouTubers as well, and I may not be the most popular or have like the most following, and we're small. We're small. I'm still growing in my following, and I know it's work, and I may not even know how to apply hashtags, and my titles may be completely wrong, but I'm sorry, you guys. And it's been an experience, and I've loved learning about it, and I've loved just being here and taking this experience day by day. My goal is to get a GoPro, because I would love to take you guys with me to work. I would love to take you guys with me to go around and see how I travel and how I do things and experience lives and the ups and the downs and just like the little things that I'm just like, okay, like for example, like waiting for a bus for half an hour and then calling them and then be like, then telling me, oh my god, we're late. We're not gonna be there for another 45 minutes, and trying to figure out, okay, so what do I do now? So yeah, that's also another thing that I wanted to share with you guys. I wanted to do a couple more videos, especially on those type of experiences, just so y'all could kind of understand and know what things I deal with on a daily basis. And maybe I wish I could do some ones in trainings. You guys could see how I do personal trainings. Like if you guys wanted to, if there's some other blind athletes who wanted to take some training and learn how to teach other people who are blind how to train, I would love to, but there's a little issue with that, my friends, because I can't. I can, but the reason that I'm hesitant to is because I basically have YouTube is really strict now, and so they usually play music in the background, and so that's kind of really hard to I don't know how to edit it out yet. I don't know, but I don't know, but I'm gonna learn. You know, that's what I'm saying. You know, I don't know right now, but I'm gonna learn how to do it. Okay, that's. So, anyways, guys, thank you for joining my channel. Please like, subscribe, and you know, tell your friends, tell your mom's friends, your neighbors, your tias, your tios, and everybody in between.
Authentication. Application.
Oh,
Safari.
computer is talking. Okay, quiet computer. Sorry, you guys. Well, thank you guys again for joining my channel. This is your host, Miguel. And please have a lovely day. Much love to every single one of you. I love you guys. And please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, tell all your friends. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, you guys.